Chapter 10, Not Ready. Same day, Monday, January 7th of 1935. Back home, I checked the clock. It's 4:45. It's still not time to wake my dad. On my bed, I spread out 2 double ham sandwiches, a bowl of potato salad, and the tail end of a salami. And I crack open my book. I've just finished chapter 11 when I hear the knock. Somewhere in the back of my head, the knocking has been going on for some time. I run through the living room. Before I can even open up the door, I know who it is by the whistling and the wheezing breathing. Mrs. Capone. I say, staring out at the big woman that's framed against the green sea and the gloomy gray dusk. You losing your hearing, Moose? I've been banging on this door for 5 whole minutes, Mrs. Capone hisses between breaths. You folks got a call. Mrs. Capone is fat around the middle with arms as big as her thighs and bosoms that are like 2 jiggling watermelons. She is hot and out of breath from the walk up the stairs. But Mrs. Capone is the one who answers the phone because it's right outside of her door. Given her size and her difficulty with stairs, she seems to me like the wrong person to live in an apartment next to the phone. But nobody asked me. Go on ahead, she wheezes, backing her big self against the wall so I can squeeze by. I think about getting my dad, but he's been so tired, I don't have the heart to wake him up early. There probably isn't time to get my mom, and she won't want to go outside with all that stinky, permanent goop up in her hair. At the foot of the stairs, I spot the receiver hanging down. Hello, this is Matthew Flanagan, I say. Matthew, you are... The male voice hesitates. Moose, sir. People call me Moose Flanagan. Oh, yes, Moose, we met yesterday. This is Mr. Purdy, the headmaster at the Esther P. Marinoff School, where your sister Natalie is enrolled. Is your mom and dad available? Not right now, sir. Mr. Purdy sighs. All right, then. You'll need to give them a message. Natalie is not settling in as we had hoped. Tell them I'm terribly sorry, but as I explained to your mom, we were only taking her on a trial basis. They need to come pick her up today. Tonight. Tonight? Is she okay? I asked. Yes, she's fine. She's perfectly fine. She's just not ready for this program that we have here, that's all. Just not ready, he says. Tell your mom and dad that they must pick her up tonight. Can you do that for me, son? Natalie isn't ready, I asked. But she's only been there 1 day. 36 hours. Yes, I know. These things become clear rather quickly, I'm afraid. Have your parents call me if they have any questions. Otherwise, I will expect them this evening. The phone clicks in my ear, and the questions flood my brain. Why? What did she do? What happened? How could they know anything about Natalie in 1 day? They didn't even try. I want to go back to Santa Monica, but not this way. Not if it means giving this news to my mom. My feet feel suddenly too heavy. The stairs are too steep. I push open my door. My mom is back. Her dark hair is permed flat with one wiggly curl across her forehead. She's wearing a dress I've never seen before. How do I look? She whirls around. Her whole face is radiant. I get a big whiff of the sour perm and the heavy perfume smell. I open my mouth, but there are no words that come out. I got my hair done. Didn't you see my note, Mom? The words are frozen in my chest. It's beautiful. My voice cracks. My mom's eyes register that something is wrong. Moose, she touches my shoulder. It was hard to leave her there. Of course it was. What did we expect? But this is her last chance. This is her chance, son. She's going to get better. I know it. I can feel it right here. And she pats her heart. I can't look at her. Time to wake Dad, I mutter. The bed creaks when I sit down in my parents' dark room, but my dad doesn't stir. His hair seems to have slicked back on his head. It isn't growing thick and full across his forehead the way that mine does. His bald spot, which used to be no bigger than a quarter, is now the size of a baseball. The creases in his face look deeper, too. I jiggle his arm. Dad, I say, we have to go pick Natalie up. Mr. Purdy called. They don't want her at that Esther P. Marinoff school. She can't stay there, not even tonight. My father opens his eyes. He looks as if he's just stepped on a nail. Come again, he says. By the time I finish explaining the second time, he's sitting up in the bed. Does your mom know? I shake my head. He takes a deep breath and he lets it out with a whistle. His eyes focus on the worn spot on the rug. Okay, son, I'll take it from here, he says.